Yo, what up guys, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video we're going to be talking about Duet Night Abyss. And honestly, I've watched the stream, the global announcement stream, and it was pretty crazy. They have made some huge, major changes to how the game works, but also the gacha and many other things. We're going to get into that. By the way, they also announced that it's going to release on the 28th of October. So just for anybody wanting to know that, 28th of October is going to be the actual live. I believe they're going to do a beta as well. More beta testing, one more I believe. And yeah, then on the 28th it's dropping. So very, very cool. But let's just get right into it. The first big major thing that Duet Night Abyss or the devs have implemented is that there isn't a rate up banner anymore. In fact, there aren't even banners anymore. Literally, they removed the gacha. And everything is literally grindable. It might seem weird or to think about it, but yeah, I'll just let them do the talking and then add on to it.
讲一下吧，是什么重磅调整？
那稍微等一下，我找一个道具。
But yeah, it seems really cool.
OK，
I do have some concerns about it in some way, but it is very, very cool though.
那首先呢，第一点就是角色免费。
角色免费，怎么个免费法？
不止角色免费，
还有
武器免费。
哦，武器免费。
对，这个最重要的就是我们取消了角色和武器的卡池。未来所有的角色跟武器呢，都可以通过游戏的免费玩法获得，直到全部收集。
那挺好的。
那第二点呢，就是体力无限。
Yeah. Okay.
我这也有。
So the first part I already talked about, but the second part is also they have completely removed stamina. I think that is a very big W in a lot of ways. Because now you feel like it's the same with every gacha game, right? It's with Wuwa, with Genshin, with HSR. Every game has a capped stamina. Even you have daily stamina and eventually you're gonna cap on reserved resin or reserved stamina, right? And you feel like you get behind if you don't play. But here, if you want to play, a shit ton on one day and then do nothing for the rest of the week because you have other plans or whatever, then you can just do that. Because you can just farm however much you want. The only problem I'm seeing, which I'm going to get into later, is how hard it's going to be to farm, right? Or how hard it's going to be to get characters or weapons. If they make it too hard, too grindy, then casuals won't feel as good. But I feel like definitely the stamina part is something that I think everybody can agree is just amazing. I can't see any bad things about that in general. No, really, that's just fucking awesome, to be honest.
那我们删除了体力的系统。
When I was done watching this stream, I was like, okay, this is like some Wuwa type invention,
我第一次听到这
bro.
个改动的时候，其实感觉一大堆的工作量都在等着我，然后都不知道从哪里去改。甚
Like
至有点
with Wuwa,
其实都不想
okay,
去改了
50-50 for the
但是听完大雄老师
standard banner and
仔细地
100% guarantee
讲
for
解
weapon banner, and
之后
here just
我们
like
具体的修改方案
100% guarantee
慢慢
for
地
the
也接
banners.
受了。
Nah, let's just remove the banners and just you can grind every character.
部门的工作量都有点爆炸哎。
工作量是一方面了，但其实能看到产品更加完善，更符合玩家的反馈。其实我们
Let me see
这个免费的
if...
体料哎，但是总感觉哪里不舒服。
Yeah, that's what I also really liked about this stream, by the way, is it definitely feels like the people who are talking actually play the game. They actually talk about their experiences and why they made the choices they made. And I really, really like that. Sometimes you can feel a bit distant, the people who present, but these guys feel like actual gamers, right? Who actually played the game and had some issues with it and then tried to better
与
the
之相
game.
关的系统要怎么调整？就比如说 上次就是比较卡进度的历练等级系统呢？
Yeah, this is not really major to be honest.
不希望再有限。
Let me see.
关于抽卡呢
Yeah,
在
okay.
过去的
This is the
当中
gacha part.
开放了武器免费的获取途径，那个时候大家反响还蛮不错的，对吧？那整个
You're gonna see it in a bit, but they are opting to do something with shards instead of banners, right? And with shards, you can. So you also don't have
其
FOMO
实对我们玩法本身来讲更自洽一些，
because every character will be available at all times.
针对
which is very nice,
调
I
整
think.
来说，其实我们的目的呢，还是希望说 pay to win 这件事情，在我们的整个游戏当中，其实已经不是那么重要了。
And by the way, by grindable, I mean you can grind any character to max. You can literally I'm taking something else, but E6 S5, you could do that with a character. The only problem that might occur, hold on, the only problem that might occur is how hard is it for casuals to, get these characters. I think the great thing about this is that if this system is implemented well, it will be amazing, right? That's the only thing. Like, if it is implemented well, it will be awesome. And it will be way better than any gacha can ever be. But I think they definitely need to find a level of casual versus grindy where it shouldn't be too easy, but also not insanely hard to get characters. Because if it's too easy, then it will get boring and the people will leave, right? Nobody wants to play an insanely boring, easy game. But if you have to grind 2 months to get a character, then people probably will also leave because that might take a bit too long, right? So they gotta find a balance in that. But I don't want to be optimistic because I've been disappointed by these games a shit ton. But I mean, I just hope they pull it off, man. I hope they do.
抽到40-50周还没有出货，其实我越往下抽就越担心，因为我担心自己会歪。因为歪这件事情就非常难受，因为我攒了那么久资源，好不容易说，哎，我想把自己喜欢的角色再往上养一养，然后歪了，那结果真的就歪了。
对呀，
就歪了就很难受，是吧？
Yeah, by the way, the live stream was also very short. It was like half an hour or something.
我攒挺久，然后攒了很
Of
多
course,
资源，就为了抽
it says an hour right here.
但是呢，
But
我在抽之
it
前我
was
还要担
mostly
心
like
就
this
是这个
game
东西
showed
我
about
运气好不好？
25 minutes, 26. Yeah, it was
不
about a half
是
an
的
hour.
话我都不敢抽。
And they told a
而且
bunch,
卡池
didn't
这个东西
yap,
吧，
in my opinion.
它是有个周期
So
的。
I really like
比如
this.
说这个卡池在这段时间开放，这个卡池结束之后，我就没有办法拿到
Yes,
这
here
个
they
角
talk
色
about
这点其实也是
the part
对
where
于很多玩家来说是比较难受的一
characters
个。
对，其实像卡
are
池周期
always
你错
up,
过了就
so
错过
there
了，你
aren't
想再
really
用
any
其实
banners
很
anymore.
困难。
是呀，是。
对，然后其实，在我们全免费之后，其实目前我们没有这样的
Yeah,
担忧
and
了，
none
大家
of
可以
that
放心去
FOMO.
玩游戏，因为不管怎么变，
So you
我
can
们角色都
literally
在那儿
build a team
对，所以你就可以放心地
whenever you
去
want.
游玩它。
In
我觉得还有就
theory,
是
right? In theory.
在这个卡池周期内，其实我们很重要的一个点是，抽到这个角色，我想要去组成一个配对，我这个队伍的配置很重要，我在这个游戏里面的体验就更好。如果
I
错过这个
haven't
周期之
played
后，
any
那
of
这个队伍可能就
any
就是搭不
game,
起来
by the
了
way,
包括一
that
些
has this
像
type
我们
of
上次赛期
system
可以飞，那我没有这
where
个角色
everything
错
is
过了就错过了，我就
grindable.
再也不可
So
能去
if there
体验
are
这个飞
people
行技
out
能。
there
对，
that
所以
like
更好
have
的去
played a
让
game, I have
玩
no
家跟
clue
用
what
户
game
能
it
够
is,
更
but
早地去接触
there's
这些可以
probably
玩的内容，
all other games that
去体验
do
游戏
have
本
this
身的乐
system.
趣。
对，大家的游戏体验都是一样
If
的。
any of you guys have played it, let me
所以
know
作为一个
and
玩家来
how
讲，从我们自己的体验出发，包括玩家给我们的反馈，其实我们
good it
说
was or how
决
good
定
it
在封测
felt.
版本中删除角色
Because
跟武器抽卡
if
这
there
个东西
are
还有
similarities
因为
between
上次的
this
角
and
色
other
武器抽
games,
卡所以我们角色
then they
武器的
will
新词
probably
其实也设定
look
都改
at
掉了。
those games and
那
take
在这个
inspiration
情
from
况下，
that
所以我们要
or
引入一个
try to
持续
improve
片段的一
on
个概念。
the
那多数来
existing
讲，这个持
games
续
that
片段就是
have
角色
this
碎
type
片
of,
那调整
system.
这个系统之后呢，我们整个角色跟武器的获取方式就有2种。
Yeah,
那
so
第
here
一
they're
种
going
呢
to talk
是
about
通
the
过密函的
either
系
you can
统
buy them
刷取
or
对
you
应
can do
的
like
角色碎片
missions
还有武
to
器
get
基本的
shards.
材料 那角色呢，就是碎片合成。
And I believe you can buy them either with currency or money. I didn't get that from the.
铸造材料
I didn't understand if it was like
那
money
第二点呢，其
or
实就是可以在
currency in game.
直接购买。
I believe it was currency, but
结合
I'm not
上面我
100%
们说
sure.
的这个叫体力系统取消，那玩家可以免费刷取角色碎片和武器铸造材料，从而获得更。
And by the way, when I talk about, I don't want it to be too hard. I don't want a game to be my second job in order to get a character. So for casuals, it should also be doable to get a lot of characters, right? That's what I mean with it being not too hard.
委托密函这个的话，因为我们做了比较大的调整，这里我就结合图片为大家再简单介绍一下。然后因为角色加入之后，我们之前委托密函的设计就不再适用了啊。后期委托密函将会分为
so the first problem that I was having is if it's like too grindy or if it's too hard or too easy, they gotta find a balance. And the second problem is how will they make money? Because in the live stream, they talked about that they want to make money through skins and cosmetics and everything like that. I'm just wondering, right? I can't imagine that a game can make enough money to not end of service purely based on cosmetics. I don't think that's possible. It might be, but I don't think so. So, if that's the case in any game, let me know. I have no clue. I don't think it's possible, but I don't know. But if grinding is unlimited, right? They can also sell things that in the future that might make grinding easier. I can see a lot of things where they like try to get you to play the game now and then eventually do other things monetary. But that might be a bit too like skeptical or glass half empty type of vibe. But yeah, that's one more, I guess you could say, downside for the future, maybe. Right, it's all speculation. I don't know if they can make enough money off cosmetics. By the way, if the grinding is good, I will definitely buy a skin. Not because I want the skin, but because I want to support a game that I actually feel like makes a difference in the space or in general, right? I would love to support a game like that. And they also talk about that they don't even want your money. Bullshit, of course. I'm not falling for that. But they want your money after you feel like you like the game and they get some feedback, right? Sure. I mean, every company says that.
把选择权交给玩家，并且整体刷取的体验是高效的、轻松的，大家可以根据自己的时间去进行游玩。
Yeah, everyone can play at their own pace. I love that because I'm kind of like the guy that plays one day a ton and then another day I'll play another game and don't have time to do whatever. Right? Yeah, they. Did we talk about the fragments here? Hold up.
这个密函就失效了。
那我还有一个问题，就是角色碎片刚才听下来就是一个一个的买，意思是如果说我刷碎片
fragments and then I believe with 30 fragments you can get a character.
这个理解没有问题。
I'm pretty sure you probably get a visual, right?
里面在合成的时候可以看到右下角
Yes, so 30 fragments and then you can just click and you have a character. I think that's dope. Okay, so I can't find the little summary, but the summary is basically about everything they talked about. So free characters, free weapons through grinding, no stamina, and then their monetization plan with the skins. My overall thoughts, fucking awesome, right? I love the idea. I think the concept is not the problem at all. The concept is awesome. The implementation of the concept is what will make or break this game. 100%. If they implement it well, this game will go very far, I think, because not having a gacha is dope, I think. But like I said earlier, the grinding. If it's too hard, people will leave. If it's too easy, people will also leave. Will they make enough money off of the cosmetics alone? I don't know. Those are the only 2 to 3 problems I see with the game so far. But other than that, I think this is a huge, very bold move from the devs. It's very different from what we've seen so far with other gachas like Wuwa or Genshin, whatever, right? So yeah, I actually quite like that they have the balls to do something like this. And yeah, let me know. Yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on this live stream and on Duet Night Abyss in general. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.